Okay. Yeah. So the first question is coming up. Seriously. What is the highest order component in React? Yesterday we created some components, right? What is the highest order component? Hello? Right? Yes. Yeah, the grandfather or the Adams and Eve of React. Okay, where all the code goes so that it can be rendered and we can see. What is the highest order, guy? Yes, app.js. Rishi is writing root. Rishi, yes, root, but root is actually not the component, it's actually the div. It's an HTML div. Okay, so that's okay. So the answer is app. Okay, so now moving on, guys. Just write your answers, or if you can talk, you talk. Command for building project in production. What build? npm run build minus minus prod receive minus minus prod. Yes, you can use, but sometimes it's not required. Okay, so you can only write npm run build. Okay, and it will run. Uh, so that is there, guys, and so the answer is npm run build. And this question, guys, Firebase is owned by which company? Yesterday we were discussing Google. Nice, nice. Everyone answered this. Okay. What is the significance of index.js? This we didn't discuss. I want which one of you has explored that? What is the significance of index.js, guys? If you get this right, no, I think you understand React 90%. If you get just this question right. Anyone? Anyone wanna give it a shot? Just look at your index.js, what it is doing. Hello? Sravari says it renders app.js. Nice. Renders how? The only question is rendering how. We know that it is rendering app.js, but how? We discussed something yesterday, which was I'll just give you a hint. DOM. Okay. So yesterday we discussed about DOM. So just data object model, which is used for now. Why DOM is important, guys? Another question. Yesterday we were discussing all these points, and it is on YouTube as well. First page browser renders is index.js. Dinesh, that is unfortunately that is not correct. It doesn't render index.js. It only paints index.html. So index.js it doesn't render. Render how? That's the question, guys. Renders how? So write about this thing, guys. Write what is DOM? DOM. Yesterday we told DOM is something which is used for anyone? Wanna give it a try? DOM is used for dynamically changes content, correct? Serve temp cache. Receive. We are going in some. There is a very easy way of saying this, and the easiest way is store temp cache. Okay. Yeah. these these Rishi are a part of it, but the actual functionality of DOM is what? Rendering a DOM means what? For representing document as objects, yes, because our uh, whatever JavaScript we write and whatever is painted over there on the canvas is just objects, that's fine. But again, the main functionality of DOM is to paint the canvas that you see, right? When you see that, yes, I have this date, this complete HTML present over here with the styling, right? So it paints that component. So that is the main important significance of DOM. Okay. Now, what is the significance of index.js from there? Yeah. So element component. Yeah. So guys, basically, anyone giving it a try? See, this is actually important to understand React in the deeper level. Okay. So if you want to understand why if I write some code, why it is happening. So if you want to understand in that way, it is actually pretty much interesting. Okay, so just for that sake, I'm asking this question. But uh, it is okay to not get it first time if you are learning React. It is completely okay. I also learned it after like 7 months of learning React. Okay, so there is no problem in this, but we should know, right? If I know, I'll tell you. Okay. So the answer to this is it renders app in DOM, right? So you have that React DOM dot render and you have document dot get element by ID root and then you have an app component. Okay. So DOM rendering is basically core JavaScript functionality. Okay, it is a core JavaScript functionality which allows you to paint your screen, basically whatever you see. That is actually, when I say paint your screen, it basically means whatever you see on your screen in React, okay? In your local host or in your deployed app, okay? What are the files created after we complete Firebase init command? This is observational, guys. This is observational. So if you observed what are the files that were created when we complete Firebase init command. So anyone wants to try? Guys, I need the exact name of file. Firebase src, no. Okay. Someone is writing. Great. Guys, post your answer. So if you know the answer, just tell. Firebase.debug. No, no, no. Package.json is completely different, guys. Okay. I'll just give 30 seconds for you guys to type this. Okay. And then I'll show you the answer for this. Okay. Nice. People are writing answers. Okay. So, guys, the answer to this is firebase.json and firebase rc. So that file is firebase rc, not Firebase RC. So I think Rishi, you got it correct. Manish, you got it correct. But the file name is .firebase RC. Okay. And firebase.json. Rajan, can you mute yourself? Yeah, guys. So we have firebase.json created and .firebase.rc created. Okay, so these are the two files that gets created when we do that. Okay. Now, so that was the quiz for today, guys. Good. You got, I think, how much? I think all of it right. If I say you said app, it renders app component, that is also fine. Okay. But yeah, I think you guys got all of it right. So kudos for that, guys. Kudos for that. And on that note, let's start our uh, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. Okay. But yeah, the thing is that today, if you see this app, okay, let me just open this. Like you want me to make it uh yeah, wait. Let me see where it is. Open view. Where is it? Yeah. Settings. Okay, settings mode. Just a second, guys. Okay, settings mode. Just search dark. Moonlight. I have moonlight. Default light. Now it's fine? No. They don't want dark, right, guys? White. No. Now it's fine? I can't code like this, guys. Let me. It was nice earlier only, right? Font, I'll just change the font. Now it's fine. Now it will work in dark mode also. No? Please don't ask me to code. Don't ask me to code here. I will not be able to. Where is it? Yeah. Let me do that. So this is preferred light color theme, moonlight too, right? But I have to change other thing. No, that where was it? Font formatting, diff editor. No. Yeah. Workbench. Yeah, preferred dark moonlight. Seriously, it is not. Seriously, guys. Nice. Thank you. I can't code like this, guys. बढ़िया. Great. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, okay, okay. No, no. Moonlight, moonlight. Yeah. Now it's fine, everyone? Guys, answer. Now the theme is fine, everything is fine. Okay. Okay, nice. Okay, so let me write the main focus for today. Create nav bar of app and write align canvas, paint canvas, paint hero pane. Okay. So create nav bar for app. So which app I am talking about? I think I forgot which, where did I, yeah. So this is your nav bar, guys. This is your nav bar. Okay. You're getting it right? This is your nav bar. And this is the canvas I'm talking about. Apart from the nav bar, whatever is there, we'll just paint it with the default color that we have. We'll not create this left side, right side functionality. We'll just paint it. Okay. Okay. Got it, guys? So yeah, the agenda will be that today we'll create this beautiful sticky notes, which is actually, if you see, one second. So this is actually completely, you see, responsive, right? So this is a responsive nav bar. Okay, so we'll create this today. And on top of that, we'll talk about how components will be rendered. Okay. So, yeah, this is the agenda for today. If you guys want to write it, write it. I have it here. So, whenever I open a new tab, it will show me here. So, don't worry. Okay. So, now let's get started. So, to start off, everyone in be in SRC folder and create a folder called as components. Okay. Same naming convention. I use the same naming convention. Okay. Create a folder name as components. Okay. Meanwhile, let me just set up my other window. So we are done with that, right? So now over here, let's just add, you can add a file from here or you can add a file from here. Okay. I have a habit of doing it from here, so I'll not change that. Okay. So let's just write header dot js. Cool. I'll increase the font of this also. Wait, let me go to settings. Yeah, 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 I am. No, 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 no. Where is it? Font. Terminal integrated font size 20. Uh, line height, that's okay. Console, control the font size in pixels in the debug console 20. Let's keep everything 20. Meanwhile, if anyone can search how to increase the font of this particular thing, increase the size of that particular thing, so that will be great. Okay, let's just do this. First command for today, npm start. Where? Here. Okay, nice. But how will I code? That's the problem. Okay. Yeah, but you zoomed in everything. Okay. Okay. So now let's just do npm start. So you have opened your project, you are in the project, you have created components folder inside that header.js, right? Guys, speak up. There is no problem if you want to speak up, speak up. Okay. I'm just starting the terminal. The only problem is that I have to dock it. Okay. So now I have to open this and this both, right? So that you can see the changes. So because of that, maybe sometimes you might not be able to see, but I can't help much in that because we need to have these two uh, things together. Yeah. So let it get started. Rocky, I think my laptop will crash the way I'm writing it. Okay. Complete zoom and everything. So now let's see. So I am there, I have this, I have all these things written. Okay. Now there is this command, guys. Yesterday I asked you to install one extension, ES7 snippets, right? So if you see here, ES7 Redux, GraphQL, React Native snippets. Did you guys install it, guys? You installed it, right? Yeah. So that's what I'm telling. Yesterday only, right? So let's just do a shortcut command RFCE. Press that and press tab. You guys can see what happened. We did RFCE and press tab. It automatically generated this snippet. Okay. So yeah, that's what we wanted to do. We wanted to actually reduce our time of writing this thing again and again. You guys can write it out if it is not working for you. But yeah, we want to reduce the time of writing it again and again. So let's just write RFCE over here in header.js. I asked you to create a file called header.js, right? Inside that, go just write RFCE and press tab. So this will create this particular hi, I am a header. Okay. So whenever we create a header.j any file, guys, uh, enter will not work, Nidhi. Tab will only work. Header.css. So always create a complementary file for that CSS. Okay. So one JS file should be there and one CSS file should be there. Okay, guys. No, you have to create. You have to create. You have to create on your own and write this import dot slash header dot css. so that we are importing that CSS file over here. Cool. Are we done till this point, guys? We have created a header.css. We have imported dot slash header.css, right? Yes. Cool. I think some of you might have problem. Always look here, guys. So these two files are inside components, header.js, header.css. Okay. So all these will be there in your components folder. Okay. Right now we are using flat hierarchy for you to understand, but mostly we would have used some other way of arranging our files. Okay. But let's just keep it this way right now. Okay. Cool. I'll give you 30 seconds more for to do this, and we'll start off from there. Creating file is having error. Sugandh, Rocky, or Nidhi, someone see what he is saying about the error. Header.js, header.css should be the file names. Okay. And guys, we generally, I think most of you might have done import dot slash c. Here we have quotes. Okay. So do it like this, guys. Do it like this. Import dot slash header dot css. It won't throw any error because we are not calling it anywhere. So don't be fast, buddy. Don't be fast. And because of that, other people will face problems. Okay. So I want everyone to go on the same pace. You're importing it in app.js and then letting us know. So don't be that fast. Let everyone complete what they're doing. Okay. And then ask questions. Okay. So yeah, guys. So we have this some term called as BEM naming convention for class name. Okay, so what does that mean? So there is one naming convention that we should do for every div we provide. Okay, so class name, give it as header. It should always start with a small letter. Okay, and we'll see about how to write inside that all the conventions. Okay, so we'll be following BEM naming convention for classes. Okay, so we'll be doing this. Cool. We are done with this. We have added a class name equal to header. Okay, guys, unmute, talk. No, no problem if you unmute and talk. Yeah, so we'll be following BEM naming convention for providing class names. Now let's go to app.js. Okay. Now over here, we want to import that file. Import what? We exported header. So basically, this complete function is getting exported. Okay. And this complete function returns a div and all these things. So whatever this return is called as JSX, JavaScript HTML. Okay. So we'll talk about JSX also, but for now, let's just import it. Because if you go too much deep in the theory, there is no point of doing all these things, right? Because information you can get from anywhere, but practically what we need to do is actually important. Okay, so now we import header. So you should know importing, exporting. we provide which we provide just the path. So dot slash components, which is the folder name, and inside that we have this header.js. Okay, so we'll import that. It won't import header.css because all the JS files are only accessible. Header.css will be accessible to header.js when we do import and write .css extension. Then only it will be accessible. Okay, guys. So on that note, what I'll do is I'll just remove these. Okay, let me just toggle word wrap. Okay, and just write this. Okay, so this is one way when we uh, import any component, guys. So any JSX element, if we want to show the contents of that, we write it this way. So a greater than, so it's like an HTML tag which is self-closed, right? So it takes it as a JSX. So this basically is Control Z JSX. Okay. So yeah, this basically is JSX, guys. Okay, so whenever we import like this is JSX, and whatever we return over here, this is also JSX, guys. Okay, so now let's just save it and see what will happen. Error? No, it is importing. Let's see. I've removed everything. I'm just kept this. Yeah, hi, I am a header. So this way, what we did was we wrote something over here and we were able to capture it in app.js. Okay. So this is what we did, guys. We wrote here some div, and that div we were able to get it in our app component. Okay. So this is how you do it. We import that file, import that header.js file like this, import header from this, and this header is basically this, guys. So whatever function you are exporting, okay, so this is that, and you can give any name, but generally do that. We follow this convention that whatever export default we do here is the same here, so that we maintain consistency. Okay, and then we provide wrap it around in a self-closing HTML tag, making it a JSX element which can then be rendered. Okay, we are clear till this point, guys? If anyone who is dropping off and joining in, please don't do that. Hello. Yeah, so yeah, but avoid that because it creates a kind of sound. I think I'll mute that sound. But yeah, till this point we are clear, right? Till this point we are clear, guys. We took, yeah, you have to give the right path. So understand this, the path should be right where you are importing and everything. So if till this point, if we are clear, let's just hop on to this part. So when I just imported header from this dot slash component slash header, and I wrote a self-closing tag for that header so that it can become a JSX. Okay, okay, great. So yeah, guys. So now we'll discuss about how we design our things, right? How we design our complete nav bar. Okay. So when you see this particular nav bar, what do you see? Okay, so I think I should use that pen wala thing, but that highlight thing I have disabled. Okay, so now let me just do this. Okay, I'll just take a screenshot of this and then I'll show you guys. Now this is what our navbar looks like, guys. Okay, so now let's just do this. let's see here. Okay, what do you see? I see two components over here, right? So this is my left part and this is my right part. Okay, getting my point, guys? Because there is a space in between, right? So let's just divide into two parts. This is my left part, this is my right part. So this is how we design. This is how we write our code so that it is structured. Okay. Now let's highlight what is there in our left part and what is there in our right part. Okay, so I'm doing this so that you guys can finish your previous thing which you were doing. Okay. So now this is one component. Okay. This is another component which is a text. Now on right part we have three components. Okay, so this is one component, this is the another component, and this is your third component. Okay, and I forgot to mention we'll be also be discussing about material UI. Okay, so yeah, I forgot to mention that. Okay, so yeah, this is how we'll do it, guys. We have two components here, we have three components here, but first of all we have a left and a right. Okay, so generally how before doing anything, what I do is I write those things down. So I comment it out. So you can do control. I'll comment it out for your understanding, so you don't have to write this. So what I write is left part header. Okay. And then over here in left part header, what do we have? We have this icon. This icon is called app icon. App icon. Okay. And then we have something called as a text. So text, and then your left part will end. So this is actually, guys, this is how I do it. You don't have to write all this, but just for my understanding, I write it. Left part header ends. Okay. Now let's go to right part. So we have two parts, right? So we have right part here. And this will also be a link. So just keep it like that. Okay. Now I have three icons over here, right? So first is settings icon, second is help icon, and third one is your avatar. This is called as an avatar. Okay. So these are the three things, guys, and now I'll write right part ends. Okay, so why do I do this is I don't forget anything, right? So if I'm writing code and suddenly I have to go look back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So now, to stop doing that, I write it down before itself. Okay, so even if you save it, nothing will happen. It's gonna be same because we have commented everything out. Okay, so now let's start tell me this thing, guys. We have an icon here, we have an icon here, we have an icon here, we have an avatar here. So where do we get these icons from? Can we style it? No, right? We cannot style these components. Can we take an image, crop and add it? Yes, we can do that, but that is not the right way to go about it. Okay. So for doing all these things now, we go and use something called as material UI. So if I go to materialui.com, okay, sorry, material-ui.com, okay. So it is the conventional it is the actual bootstrapping or whatever functionalities we need. We'll be using this only material UI. It is one of the most important part of React. Okay, so you can use buttons. You don't want to create your own button and then do a lot of things. So all these things you can do from that. We'll not be using much of styling part of it because we want to learn how to style our components. But yeah, we'll be using Material UI. So when you go here, it is telling me that the first command you need to use is npm install @ Material UI core. So let's just copy that. Yesterday we were facing issues, so Control C, come out of the terminal, paste this, install. Okay, but this does it have icons? I don't see icons, right? So let's just search material UI icons. Okay, so when I go here, what does it say? It should say something. Okay, so icon. So it is telling me that you can use icon from core I can use, but okay, wait. Yeah. So here it is telling me if you want to use icons from Material UI components, you have to install something like this. Okay. So I'll say, okay, fine. Let's just do this. Okay. And let me do this. Okay. Notepad. Let me open a notepad. So first one that we copied was this. No, it was core. Okay. So let's say first command was Material UI core. Okay. So to install the core dependencies of Material UI, and this is my second command. Okay. Now let's see how much progress is there with this. Found zero vulnerabilities, and it is done. So let's paste the second command. npm install @Material UI/icons. Okay. So now this will help us in getting all the icons. Okay. So just you have to install one package and you can get use of all the icons that are there. Cool. Yes, no, not able to comprehend. We'll see how we'll use it, guys. So don't worry about that. Okay. So this is actually pretty nice, guys. This is actually pretty nice icons which we'll get. It is the standard icon. It has very beautiful icons in it. Okay. So this is our command. If you want to refer, npm install @Material UI core, npm install @Material UI icons. Okay. So now, by the time it installs, we know we need two div. Okay, over here. One is the left part header and the one is the right part header, right? So let's just create two divs for that. Div is basically area that we are gonna take. Okay, so div is basically that. Okay, so div class name equal to, let's just put header underscore 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 under two underscores should be there. This is BEM naming convention, guys. Okay, so BEM naming convention used as, so first one is header, next child div should be header underscore underscore. Okay, two underscores should be there. Okay, and you have to follow this, guys. You have to follow this because this is a standard. If you tell anyone that, yeah, I always use BEM naming convention, they'll say, yeah, that means you are good in styling or you know how styling of components work. Okay, so yeah, header underscore underscore, what is this? This is left. Okay, so just put in left. Okay, now create another div, div class name header underscore underscore right. Okay. So whenever we do this, no, I just remove this so that I am fine and aware that yeah, I created this part. Okay, so I'll just remove this comment and I'll just copy this and paste it here for my reference. This is all for my reference, guys. You can use this method if you want because it's really nice to do it like this because you won't forget a lot of things. No problem, it will automatically save. Okay. So yeah, so we need to create one app icon link, one text, and here we need to create one settings icon, help icon, and avatar. Okay. So how do we import icons? Okay. Now there are a lot of icons which are available. How to go and see which icon we need to use? So you can click here. You can search the full list of these icons. So go here, search. First icon that we needed was, I told you it was apps, right? So just click here. It will say importing should be done like this. Okay. So let's just copy this, and let's just paste it here. Okay. Not here, not here, not here, here. Top, top. Every import should be at the top. Okay. So import apps icon from at the rate material UI icon slash apps. Okay. Now let's just import all the icons we need first so that we have app icons. We don't have to go back again and again. Settings icon we need. Let's just go and search settings. So this is one kind of setting. This is one kind of setting. Which one do we want? Let's just keep this because क्या ही फर्क पड़ता है. So import settings icon. I'll just make it full screen for you guys. So this is what we wrote. We copied it from the web. We searched it. You guys should also do steps like these because you'll understand. Then help icon. We need a help icon. So just type help. It gives me this icon. So just copy this icon, guys. Just copy this statement, paste it here. Okay, so import help icon, import settings icon, import apps icon. So we have imported three icons right now. Okay, so now let's just import these things. Okay, so we know we need this apps icon. So how we'll get this is we'll put it in a JSX, right? We'll put it in a self-closing tag, which will be a JSX. And here we need two icons, settings icon, apps icon, and help. So settings icon, right? So just copy this. So we'll need this, and then we'll need help icon. Okay. So let's just do this. And there is one more component, guys. One more component, avatar. I said, right? Avatar is this. Avatar is your this component, this last component. Okay. So I don't know where to find avatar. Okay. So I'll just write material UI avatar so that I can go to avatar. Okay. Guys, you are following me, right? Say yes, no, maybe. Yes, everyone? So yeah, so this is seriously, please load. So sometimes it's gonna take one or two attempts to load. Okay, so this is a problem with this site, but don't worry. We see this kind of avatars are there. So just expand the code of this and copy what should be copied. Okay, import avatar from material UI core slash avatar. So this allows me to use the avatar component. So let's just go and copy this. Okay, paste it here. Okay, and let's just and we wanted something like this, right? We wanted some initials inside an avatar. So they are telling that this way you can do it. Let's just see how they are doing avatar, and then they are writing it. Okay, so let's just do it. So let's just write avatar and just write. I'll write my initials. You can write your initials. Okay, let's just save it. If we save it, it won't do anything because npm start nahi hua. Okay. So see guys what I did. I imported whatever was required to for me, and let's just keep a tag as well. H1 Sonu. Yes, sticky notes was there, right? Sticky notes. Okay. Guys, you're done till this point, right? Let let me know. Let me know. So yeah, import avatar is import avatar from @material UI slash course slash avatar. Okay. And yeah. Hi, I am a header. Let's just remove this. Cool. We imported it and we just kept it here like this. Avatar, open, and then inside that initials, my initials. So SK is my initial. Everyone else can use their initials. Look at this, guys. How nice it is looking, right? One one app component, then we have this, then we have this, then we have this. So looking nice, right? Looks pretty neat. So this is what our app is like, right? This is what it is like. So yeah, we'll reach to that point, guys. We'll reach to that point. So just reach till this point, okay? And then we'll head over to header.css, okay? And we'll see how styling will work. Cool? Hello. Yes, no, maybe, no response. I don't want to do it. I'm not able to understand anything else apart from these things, guys. Uh, so yeah, we have reached till this point. Everyone can see this screen with all these components. Say yes, no, guys. Hello, guys. We are also recording this session, but at the same time, we want you guys to do it. So just speak up. Speak up. Hello. So I think only Manish, Momina are active today, or what? Everyone else is just watching. Guys, I need response from all of you. If you guys can't speak up, just write on the chat also. Okay. So yeah, moving on, guys, moving on. So let's just say div class name header. Head, yeah. So guys, speak up. No, we are here. So when I'll say, then only you'll speak up. Okay. So now we want to style. First of all, style this component, guys. So what do we have here? We have all the elements in a row, right? So my this complete area should be a row. So my navigation bar should come in a row. So how do we do that? Okay, you know we uh, we have to, we created a class name right over here, class name header. So let's just do and style this. So go to header.css and over here write dot header. This is how we call a class element. Okay. And just write this display flex. Okay. Come till this point. When I'll save enter, something will happen. Okay. When I'll save, when I'll save, something will happen. Okay. So when I write display flex, see, everything goes in a row, but since we have two divs over there, it is uh, not allowing me to do that, right? We have two divs. Okay. So because of those two divs, but whatever we have, like if we have two components inside it, those two components are actually uh, getting aligned in a row, right? So yeah, this happened, guys. So this two components aligned, this got aligned, this got aligned. So now also it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good. So what I'll do is I'll just give it a height of 50 pixel. Okay, nothing changed, nothing changed. That's okay. Now let's just give it a background. I'm just writing it down. I'll give you time to write. Okay. So this I have copied from the actual OneNote site. Okay, so I have used color picker for this. 50, 49, 48.6. Okay, now everything is here and there, but let's just say save it. We get a this thing, right? We get 50 pixel height, and then we get a blank screen, like a background color for this. So now it is starting to look like this, starting to look like this. Not exactly looking like this, but it is starting to look like this, guys. Okay. Now, so reach till this point, guys. Reach till this point. We have dot header. Inside that, these are the styles. Okay. Now I'll do something like align items center. So all your items will be aligned center, but since you had two elements, so it went up. Okay, so we'll fix that. So for now, let's just do this. Okay, let's not add it in any kind of div or anything. Let's just do this. Okay, let's just save this. See what will happen. See, everything came right like this. Everything came in a row. Okay, so we have all the things which are aligned on the center of the screen. Center. So we'll talk about these display flex boxes and everything, guys. We have an assignment today on this only. Okay. So don't get worried. So when I wrote this, all the elements were in the same div header, and when we did display flex, all of them got aligned in a row. So let's just do this. Okay. I'll show you how. Let's just do this. Save it. All of them are aligned like this. When I unsave it, all of them got aligned like this, right? Now, what I need to do is I need to provide font weight. So these all are styles which I copied from the actual site, okay? And then font size is 14 pixel. Justify content. So these are flex boxes properties. Align items, justify content. When you write display flex, these properties get added, okay? Or these properties, uh, you can play with these properties, okay? So now color will be your white color. Now let's see what happens here. See, when we did space between means it is gonna space evenly all the components, guys. So what it did was it spaced all the components, okay, which was there. So let's say I just remove this, okay. See, all of them are actually sticking to each other, okay. But when I do this, see, it is spacing all the components easily, spreading all the components evenly. So there are two ways of doing it, okay. So there is this space between and then there is this space around. What happens when we do space around? So it spaces out the left and right part as well, okay. So we don't want to do that for now. Just do space between, okay. And it will come up like this, okay. And we have color as FFFFF. But since we know that over here when we were talking, we said that this is a left element for me and this is a right element. So let's just wrap these two on the div, which we were doing. Okay, so let's control Z, control Z, control Z, control Z. Let's just save it. It's gonna change, it's gonna look haywire, but that's okay. Okay. So let me know, guys, let me know if you have reached till this point. Done? Done, 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 everyone. Now see, yeah, now see again these two got aligned in a column, right? And since it was inside a class name div, which had a class name of header left. So let's just do this thing. These two divs, inside all these components inside it, let's keep it h3. Okay, this is what is there in that. So I'm keeping it h3. Okay. So now these two components which were there, guys, we need to uh, align them in a row. So what should we do? Dot, paste that header left and display what? What did we do for the top? Yeah, so when we do display flex, see, it came in a row, right? Now we have to do margin left 0px. Why am I giving this? If there is no margin, just leave it. Sorry. So yeah, align items center. I want to keep it center. Okay, so that these two are aligned to each other. Okay, previously they were not aligned to each other. So yeah. So with on that note, guys, so you see your things are coming into shape. Okay. Now let's do this, copy this, and let's do the same thing for right, right? Because a right one is also distorted. So just do this. Okay. So now see, guys, header left things are in here, header right things are here. Okay. So did you guys follow till this point? We styled header left and I also followed this. Okay. So styling left part of component. So I usually write these things so that I'm clear where I did all the styling. Styling right part of component, not components, component. Okay. So yeah, right part was like this and left part was like this. Okay. So now, now see these two guys, these two are completely stuck to each other, right? So we want to a make it little bit farther from each other. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll go here in this h3 tag, since we have created this, so remove this comment. Since we have created all this, remove this comment as well. Okay. So in this h3 tag, go and create another class name. Okay. The class name over here will be header underscore underscore left, and we have title, right? So just do title. You cannot do left underscore underscore title because that is not the convention. You can only go one level. So there should only be one underscore underscore. Okay. And you cannot go beyond that. Okay. So this is the BEM naming convention. View toggle word wrap enable. Okay. So yeah, class name, header left title, sticky note. So it is like this. Okay. So if we see, nothing will happen because we just provided a class name and did nothing to it. Okay. So are you guys following till this point? Because we are just gonna style this, and it's gonna look pretty nice. And for the next part of things, we'll be doing something very nice, which is actually nice. So you'll understand all this styling and everything. Okay. So now header left title. We had header left title. So here we have header left title. Left title. Okay. So here we want to move this a bit further, right? So for that, these two are stuck to each other. So we want to move this or just give a margin between these two. So I'll just write margin left 10 pixels. So all these are copied from all these styles which I am writing. I have taken it from the actual site onenote.com/sticky notes. So yeah, you can refer to that. But yeah, so margin left title, header left title has a margin of 10 pixels. So see what happens. See, it gave it a nice uh, like a margin between this component and that component, right? Okay. Are we here, guys? Are we here till this point? Yeah, done, done, done. If you are guys, so what I'll do is I'll just open this terminal up. I'll just close this for once. Okay, and let me just do this. Just copy. If you want to copy, just look into this and just copy it. Okay, write it down and copy it. Okay, because we'll be doing it. And I don't want to put this in the chat because I want you guys to write it so that you get accustomed. Your mind is accustomed. Yes, we did display flex, we did background color, we did align items and things like that. Okay. And meanwhile, yeah, so just copy it. Meanwhile, I'll just wait. Header right is same as header left. Okay, so don't worry about it. So I think most of you would have written it down. Okay, good. Uh, isn't it interesting, guys, that if we comment, no, don't comment. No, so no, don't be interesting. No, 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 no. I don't want to do that. I don't want to write this again. Okay. So yeah. Uh, see, when there was no styling, things were looking like, what is this, man? Okay. But now when we style component, see how it is looking nice, right? And this is why guys, I want you guys to learn a little bit of CSS as well. You can get all these things on the internet, but to search for what is important. Okay, how to center your components, how to provide margins and everything. But you have to understand, right? At the same time, you have to understand that yes, I have to style a component, but I should know something about it. Okay, so this is what I am teaching. I'm just letting you know something about it. Okay, let's just go ahead. Okay, now see, guys, when if you guys can see or not, but when I come here and click, it has a very nice clickable feature, right? Can you see this shadow, guys? When I'm clicking, it's providing me a shadow. Okay, can you guys see that? When I click here, I'm getting a clickable effect. It is not that much visible, but yeah, yeah. So right now, but with this, nothing is there. There is no, see here, when I come, it is changing to this pointer. Here, there is nothing, there is no margin and anything. So for that, we have something called as icon button. Okay. So how do we use icon button? Is we just go and do import icon button from at the rate material UI slash core slash icon button. Okay. So we imported icon button from material UI core slash icon button. Okay. There are two ways you can import. You can either use curly braces here and write only material UI core. And I follow this, so I'm just letting you know. Like this you can do. Okay. So it's all about, guys, just practicing these things again and again so that you get the habit of doing it. So currently we are focusing on this. We have left this part for now. We'll look into it, but currently we are focused on this. Okay. So now let's do this. I think you guys would have imported this. So let's do this. I will copy this icon button. Okay. And wrap it inside my area label. I'll just put area label. It has a property of area label. Okay. I don't know, it doesn't do anything as such, but yeah, it has a property, so we'll use it. Okay. It's gonna style it for me, but still. Yeah. So guys, I'm wrapping this component inside apps icon component inside an icon button. See, right now it is completely on the left. See what will happen when I save. We have reached till this point, guys. Did we reach till this point? Control S. See what happened. Now we got a clickable effect. Okay. Now we got a clickable effect over here. It created its own padding and everything. Okay. It creates its own padding, so it comes up with its own padding. Padding is the space that component takes. Margin is like what is the how can I explain margin? What is the uh, like distance between one component to the other component? Okay, so that's how we define padding and margin. Okay, so padding is basically what space this is taking. So it takes 8 pixel, 8 pixel, 8 pixel, 8 pixel all side. Okay, so that's how it is already centered aligned. But see the color of this component, guys. See the color of this component. The color has changed because we have added it inside icon button. Okay, so because it comes with a default color, we can change it in different ways. I'll change it by class name because we are following that convention. Okay, let's just do header underscore underscore left icon. Okay, so I gave a class name of left icon, header underscore underscore left icon. Okay, so write that down and Here I want to give it a color, right? So let's just do this header underscore underscore left icon should have a color of white. FFFF you can write, or you can just write white. Okay. Now let's just save it. Oh, here we didn't save. Okay, so let's save the here as well. See, we got the white color which we wanted, guys. We got the white color which we wanted. Okay. So are we have we reached till this point, guys? So see, header.css has dot header underscore underscore left icon. Okay. And here we define class name as header underscore underscore left icon. Okay. Got it, guys? Got it? Cool, guys. Now this is header.css. Okay, so if you want to see the left styling that we do, just look here. Okay, so this is the left styling that we did. Okay, cool. Okay, so I think this much time is enough for you guys to just write these things down. So I think let's see, guys. This part looks similar to what we have created here, right? This part looks similar to what we have created here. So looks nice. Like, okay, fine. We should be fine with it. Okay. Now, right part is like compacted, right? So let's just let's just do this. Let's just go to our right part. So we change the CSS of right part, but again things didn't change that much. So let's just start with providing class name to each components. Okay. So let's just do, see, there are multiple ways of doing it. Okay. If you guys can do it in multiple ways, fine. I'm not telling this is the only way, but I follow this way is what I am trying to say. So I'll just provide it a class name of right icon. And since this is also an icon and it is gonna get the same kind of styling. So I'll provide this as the same style, and I'll provide this class name as, see, when I write like this, guys, things are pretty easy for me to understand, right? Each of the class name and everything is nice, right? So this way we can comprehend what we need to write and everything. Okay. What was the component which we saw, where it was, and what is so in header we had the right side, and inside that right side we had an icon. So we provided same class name for these two because their styling is slightly same. Okay, so that's why I provided them the same class name. We cannot wrap it in a div. If we wrap it in a div again, it's gonna come like uh, in a row, then we have to give it this in a column, then we have to give it display flex and everything. So we don't want that. So what we did was keep it in header right icon, class name, just give them the name. Okay, got it, guys? Hello, hello, hello. Okay, so I think I'm not seeing the chat right now. Okay, so just because of that. So this complete thing is also getting recorded. If you miss somewhere, if you want to understand it again, play the recording. We'll be uploading it on YouTube. Okay, and just a question, guys. How many of you actually saw the recap video that I posted last night? Did any one of you saw that video? Acha. Yeah, so when you get stuck, guys, when you get stuck, you just can refer to that, okay? So that was like a recap, complete recap. So yesterday, whatever I showed you guys, I had to do it three times, okay? So one time with the first batch, then the second, and then while I was uploading the video. No, because I don't know the channel name or link. Buddy, you just see the general section, okay? So be aware of that. See the general section, okay? I have the cheat sheets as well over there. So what needs to be done and what not. Okay. So always be aware, general section is where we have to keep everything, right? So, okay. So we have this, right, guys? So now let's move on. So what we did was we created these names, class names, right? Let's style these class names. Okay. So let's style these. Okay. So dot header underscore underscore right icon. Okay. And now see what is the difference between these components and this. Well, there is some difference, right? They are spaced properly. Okay. So as I said, I've taken most of this from onenote.com/sticky notes. So I'll be following their convention only. So they provide that margin right, okay, should be 20 pixel. Okay. See, when I provide margin right, so this has a right margin of 20 pixel and this particular thing has a right margin of 20 pixel. Why? Because both of them have the same class name, right? So if someone has same class name, it is gonna have the same properties, right? So margin right for these two, header right icon, we gave it as 20 pixel. Okay. But so we have reached till this point, guys, because this is just writing margin right 20 pixel. Okay. Now the last one is left. Okay. This one. This one is at the end of the screen and we don't want that. And over here, the color also is different. I have a different kind of color. Okay. So how to do that, guys? How to do that? Okay. So let's just go and do. What was this class name of this? So whenever you have doubt, just go copy it. So I have to style the avatar component now, right now. So let's just copy it and paste it. Okay. Now over here, just go and write margin right margin of 10 pixel, and I want to give this a background color. Okay. I want to give this a background color since this has a background color, right? So this avatar component should have a background color. Okay. Background color. And the color code is, I have copied this color code. Okay. So A4EF. So all this is based on the design which is there in that particular website. Okay. Let's just save it. The color didn't change, guys. Why? The color didn't change. Anyone wants to give it a shot? It gave the 10 pixel margin, but the background color didn't change. Why? No, yeah, you can inspect the element, but the answer is quite obvious. So if anyone wants to give try it, just say anything, guys. There is no right, no wrong, nothing like that. Okay, you can say anything, and that will work for us. Okay, so uh, do you guys wanna say something about this? Why this didn't change? The background color didn't change. Despite me giving that, the background color didn't change. Okay. Anyone? Someone? Write it down, guys. Write it in React.js Rockstars if you're not uh, able to speak. Okay. So just write it down. Write it down. Someone is again dropping and are we missing something to import? No. So guys, see, everything which we build now has its properties, right? Now, when you see here, all of these things are inside a class name of header, a div of class name header, right? Now, this is for these particular things, this is the highest order component. Okay. For these particular thing, this is the highest order component. So think like this. Okay. Yes, we are overlapping classes because we see when we gave header dot header, we provided a background color of RGBA 504948.6. Okay, so this is gonna get invoked in everything. Okay, so this is gonna get invoked in everything, even if you provide it like this. Okay, because this is where the higher order component has a background color of this. Okay, so now to resolve this, what I'll do is I'll just write exclamation mark important. This is important for me. Okay, so ignore this and use this because we want to just change it here, right? So we'll just write it is important for me that this background color should be there. So just write exclamation mark important and just save. See, it changed, right? Isn't it amazing, guys? How these things are written that from control A, control X, control S, from this we came to this. Okay. So this is actually a very nice representation. When we wrote it first, this was like this, but when we write this, it styles it properly, guys. Styles it properly. See, if I open it like this, it's gonna be like this. If I open it like this, it's gonna be like this. Let's just Control Shift I, open it in mobile view, it is doing it. Open it in iPhone, doing it. iPad Pro, it is completely responsive, guys. It is completely responsive because you have used Flex. Okay, so that's the whole beauty of using Flex. Okay, got it, guys? Yes, no, guys, we have completed one complete thing. Okay, so your enthusiasm, so your enthusiasm. Okay. Okay, nice, 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 guys, nice. Right now, we had this agenda, but before that, okay, we have this component over here, but we also said that we'll be doing this part, this background part of the things. Okay, so as I said in the class, refer to that PPT, guys. Refer to that PPT. I've shared the link in the YouTube. When you go to that particular link, there is that PPT, guys. Okay, so I'll just open it again. Okay, React Basics Bootcamp. We were discussing about this, right? That this has two parts. One is header, the other one is body or hero pane. We'll be doing it the same exact way that we said in this PPT, guys. So we designed the header first. Now we'll start designing the hero pane. Okay. It has two parts, but that part-wise thing we'll look into it tomorrow. But we need to create one hero pane.js. Okay, we'll give the same name and then hero pane.css. Okay, now go to hero pane.js and write rfce. Control Z, rfc. Seriously, bro? rfce. Yeah, so do this. Okay, and then the same thing we are gonna do here also. Import dot slash hero paint. If you guys do it multiple times, you'll get a knack of it. Okay, that we have to start from like this and do something like this. H1, hi there, I am the hero pin. Are we done with that? Guys, we are done, right? HeroPaint.js we created, HeroPaint.css we created. Okay, meanwhile, just give me 30 seconds. I'm just looking into something. Okay, yeah, okay. So, yeah, let's just do this. Okay, yeah. So, we are done till this point, guys. Okay, so now we'll import it. Okay, I'll teach you routes tomorrow, so don't worry about it. I'm just gonna place components one after the other for now. I'll teach you routes tomorrow. Okay, so import hero pane from dot slash what component slash hero pane, right? So let's just do this. And over here, just import this and paste it like this, guys. Paste it like this. Save it. Hi there, I am the hero pane. It is coming like this, guys. Right? Now I want to show you something. So we actually did something wrong. So app.js we wrote this same like header what we did. So see how easy it is becoming right now for me. I'm just creating some JS file, same process I have to do, and it is easily making sure that my data and everything is coming in picture right now, right? Or whatever thing I'm writing is coming into the picture, right? So I want to show you with an example, guys. Okay, so let's just do this. I'll paste it multiple times because I want to show some example for you guys. Okay, Control Z. Seriously, I'm just showing an example, guys. You don't have to write this. Okay, so just for your understanding. Okay, so now let's just save this. Wow, I exactly came to the bottom of the screen. Nice. Let's just save this, guys. Okay, so now see when I have a lot of components over here, when I scroll down, my nav bar is going, or the header is not sticking to the top. I want it to stick to the top. Okay, so how do we do that, guys? How do we do that? Okay, so this is for just for explanation purpose that my top nav bar is not sticking on the top. Okay, so for that, let's just do this. Okay, over here we provided this in a div. So let's just change this to nav. Okay, because this is a navigation bar. So let's just change this to nav first. Okay, if we save it, nothing is gonna change because we didn't style anything. Okay, is this is gonna be there, right? So let me know, guys. Let me know if you reached till this point. Let me know, guys. Hello, hello, hello. Done till this, right? Okay. Now what we want to do is we want to make it sticky. Okay, so why I wanted to provide it as the name nav, because when we do nav then we get one property which we can use. Okay, and then we can write position as sticky. Okay, so when we do that and save, seriously not happening. एक second रुक जाओ guys. Nav, nav. Okay, let's just do this. Nav, and then these are in unordered list. नहीं काहे? Why need to do that? It should take that sticky thing. Position sticky, and stickiness should be at top with 0. So let's just do this. Yep, now it's going right. It is sticking to the top. Right, guys? Even if you are scrolling, it is sticking to the top. Cool? Hello, hello, hello. Are you there, guys? Done, done, done. So we have made sure that our nav bar sticks to the top. Okay. So top 0 was required so that it is there on the top always. Okay. So yeah. So on that note, guys, I think we are done with this part, and just let's just remove. Okay. Now let's just keep one H1. Hi there. Okay. So hi there came. Okay. But what we want to do is we want to actually change the height. Actually, we want to make sure apart from header which is there, all the rest of the spaces is taken by our hero component. Okay. So how do we do that, guys? How do we do that? Okay. So come here to app.js. Okay. And then see what we'll do is app, and actually that is not required. Okay. Uh, just let me just look into this. Okay. Huh. Yeah. So we are in hero pane. We don't want to change anything here. Okay. Let's just go to heropane.js. Over here, same BEM naming convention. So class name is hero pane. You can give hero capital P-A-N-E, but keep it small because the whole name is hero pane. Okay. Now, what I want to do is I want to change the CSS for this, right? So that there is a background that we saw. Okay. So now let's just do that. Hero pane and then just do display flex background color hashtag 1e 1e 1e. So this is again, guys, this is again the same color that I took from their website, okay, by using color picker. Height should be 100%, okay, and justify content should be flex start. We'll talk about this justify content and display all these things, okay. Let's just save this, guys, right? So what happened? It just came to this point. Height is 100%. Despite that, it just came to this particular point, okay. But we want to change that. We want to make sure that our height is completely 100%. Okay, so let's go to our app and go to app.css and here take this dot app and write display flex. If I do display flex, what will happen to these two components? These two. Just save it and see. See, these two came together. Okay. So even if I want to create a flex box out of it, I want to write flex, sorry, flex flow is column. Okay. So now this will keep it as a column. Even if the display is flex, it will keep it as a column and it should have a height of 100 view height. Okay. So now see guys, when I do 100 view height, it automatically paints the complete thing, right? So what that means is when we had a height of 100%, okay, let's just comment this, okay, we were not defining anything. That app should have a complete 100% control, 100 view height over the screen. Okay. So when we had 100% over here, it said that, okay, fine. Whatever is there in my H1, I'll take 100% of that. Okay. So if I write multiple, it would have taken that 100% height. But over here, when I wrote height should be 100 view height for the app. Okay. It should not scroll down, it should not go anywhere. So app should have a 100 view height. So that way it understood that okay fine, this has taken some space. App has a 100 view height. I have to take the 100% height. That means whatever space is there, I have to take that particular space. Okay. So these are the CSS trick guys. These are the CSS tricks that we are gonna follow. So let me know guys, let me know if you followed till this part. Let me know. Comment it out, comment it down, or just show your excitement, guys. Show your excitement. It's pretty easy, guys. It's pretty easy. Everyone, please comment. Whoever is there, please comment. Please speak up because we have created the base of our app, guys. We have created the base of our app. Okay. Just write it, write, guys. Just write. Everyone, please write, or please speak up. Okay. So show the enthusiasm, guys. Show the enthusiasm, guys. I am pretty excited. When these things change, I become pretty excited. Like, yeah, it's happening. Hero pen is not expanding, correct? Hello? Did you change your div class name here from capital A to small a? See that. Save it. Uh, See, dot app display flex flex flow column height 100 view height. VH means view height. Okay. And there is another property called as VW. Okay. That means 100 view width. Okay. Happening for you now? Now it is there for everyone, guys. It is there for everyone. Okay. So now let's just take 10 minutes to deploy this whole thing. Okay. We'll just, since this is configured, okay, we have firebase.json, firebase RC. So let's just take 10 minutes. I won't take more than 10 minutes today because yesterday I explained it, not 10 minutes even. I'll just take 2 minutes to explain this. Okay. I'll not uh, explain it again what we did for deployment. I'll just put this up, do clear. Okay. So everyone is ready with the deployment process, right? Everyone is ready with how to deploy. Okay. So now let's just write npm run build. Okay. So today I wanted basically to cover this designing of things. Okay. So that you guys are always aware that, yeah, this is how we change the design. This is how we implement some design which is responsive. And this is how we style any component. And this is how we write components and import it. Tomorrow we'll cover routes. And tomorrow we'll be creating the left pane and the right pane component, right? So whatever was there in PPT, guys, so the first PPT is done. We have to now see about the second PPT, left pane and the right pane. And after that, the last class is gonna be really exciting because we'll be discussing context API, which is like the government. I said that time, right? It is a government on its own. Okay. So we'll just build it and we'll deploy it, guys. So npm run build, write this command. It has done it for me. So now just go and do firebase deploy. I have come out of the this thing, the running app by doing control C. You would have seen that. Okay, so that I don't find any glitches, any problem. Okay, let's just wait for some time for Firebase deploy to run. So, guys, this is actually true if you are a very experienced developer as well. Okay. Sometimes we don't actually know how to finalize the structure and do anything, right? So that way, what happens is generally we miss out on these kind of CSS and layouts, and it is pretty easy, guys. It is pretty easy to structure out your complete whatever you are trying to build, and then see how things are falling in place, guys. Okay, so that's what I suggest you to do. So let's just go here and see if we are, this thing is ready. Yeah, it's ready. Okay, so we have deployed it. So comment down, guys, comment down if you have deployed your project, comment down if you have deployed your project. Okay, because yesterday we spent so much time deploying everything that today I think it should be pretty easy for us to deploy, right? Comment, guys, comment, please. If you are doing it, fine. I'll just give you 5 minutes. Nice. Okay. Some of you are doing it. Okay. So I think it's gonna take you not more than 5 minutes to deploy this complete thing. If you are having issues with deployment, we'll look into it later. Okay. So this is the command, guys. This is the command. You can go through the cheat sheet as well. npm run build, then Firebase deploy. Okay. So I see Rahul is there, Dinesh, Manish, Momina, Nidhi, Rajan, Romy, Ruhi, Sarvari, Sasidhar, Subhankar, Sudeep, and Sugandh. So guys, please write if you have done this, if you are done with it, if you are done with it. Please write. Please write on the chat. Please write on the chat. So I see Manish has deployed it, Romy has deployed it. So everyone, please write. Please write. So today you saw, right, guys, that once we are done with the setup part of things, uh, how easy it is for us to manipulate things, right? So when you are done hustling for the that particular part, after that things become pretty easy, guys. Okay, so that is the thing, guys. That uh, first time when you are setting things up, it's gonna take you some time, but once you have set it up, it's gonna be like nice, pretty easy, clean, okay. And whatever I am actually giving information about, guys, it's it's more than actually the industry standard. So people will ask you if you know Bootstrap and if you can do it, but if you can tell them that, see, I can style components whatever you need, and I know Flexbox, it's gonna be really nice for you guys. Okay, so now coming to the point, guys. Today we talked a lot about created navbar and paint hero pane. So this is done. So mark it done. Okay. So today we are gonna talk. We'll talked a lot about Flexbox. Okay. So just you know the steps for deployment, guys. So just focus here. Okay. So today we've talked a lot about flex boxes. Okay. So now how we can learn Flexbox. Okay. So let's just go to this site, flexboxfroggy.com, FROGGY.com. Yeah. Okay. So I am in level 24. Sit. No. Guys, please don't look at the answers. Okay. So let's just start from here, guys. Okay. So this Flexbox Froggy will help you in understanding what you should do. Okay. So when you write display flex, you have a lot of properties. So let's say justify content. Okay. So I'll just tell you we have to move this particular frog from here to there. this leaf. Okay, otherwise he'll die. So just to do that, it is telling me some this property that we can do flex start, flex end, center, space between, space around. Okay, so at this screen row, this is at the end, right? So I'll just write justify content flex end. Okay, and this will go here. Okay, so this is a really intuitive way of learning this flexbox, guys. Okay, so I'll just post this over here. Okay, for you guys to not here. So this is your assignment for today, guys. This is your assignment for today. And tomorrow we'll be discussing in the about this. Okay, so that you guys are aware of everything. Assignment section. So let me just put hashtag, a lot of hashtags. Day two. Okay, so that this one is for day two. Okay, so this is a game for learning CSS Flexbox. So you have to complete this game, guys. You have 24 levels. You have to complete all those 24 levels. Write all the properties that you watch. Okay. Write all the properties that you watch so that you will be able to understand everything. Today, we only played with Flexbox, right? We only did Flexbox and it led us to a very interactive UI which we created and which was actually it was responsive and everything. Okay, so just go to flexboxfroggy.com and complete all the 24 level, guys. It's your assignment for today. Okay. Hello. I think you guys have lost interest or what? Hello. I want every one of you to speak up now. So you guys understood, right? Everyone, please speak up. One at a time, or all of you. Yes, yes, everyone speak up. Everyone speak up. You understand this. And this game is really nice, okay? So that's why I wanted you guys to finish this game, okay? So just read, when you want to understand, just read these and write it down in your notebook what it is saying. Okay, and then do this. So first one you'll get a hint, from second, third, fourth, fifth, it increases its level. Okay, so it's pretty nice for you to understand how CSS tricks will work. And the 24th one is really interesting one. So if you can apply some logic to that, you'll be able to reach there. Okay, and that way you can understand Flexbox, guys. Okay, so on that note, I will stop the